All right. So today on NewbieVeT, got a special guest. We got my homie in the building. We got Rudy Grey.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, King?
Chilling, man. Getting to it.
Okay, yeah, man. We're about, finally getting this interview together. Mm-hmm. So how your day been, man?
Man, just going good. Every day is good. It's a blessing to be alive, you know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's get into it, man. So you're originally from Trenton, New Jersey.
Yes.
Trenton, New Jersey. Tell us a little bit about Trenton.
Man, Trenton is definitely my home, you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm from. That's what raised me, and you know what I'm saying? That's what made me step out on faith and actually push for my goals and my dreams, you know what I'm saying? So they built me to what I am today, you know what I'm saying? So now I walk with my chin strong and know how to maneuver and all that good stuff too. So I love Trenton because it made me hungry, you know what I'm saying? Trenton makes the world takes, that's our slogan. Because the world picked me up and now I'm out here doing whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So
Right. Mm-hmm. So what are some things that you learned, like, I know it taught you taught you to be strong, keep your head up. Like, what are some values that you taught that you take from Trenton and you apply those to your everyday life? Like, what are some values that you...
One of my values is you never know who you talking to. You never know what the person right next to you may be getting into. Because everything is so fast-paced, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, you might be next to a millionaire, billionaire, but you might think he homeless, you know what I'm saying? So one thing I always remember is always make sure that you have a good character when you're talking to anybody, no matter who it is, because literally you could be sitting next to somebody that can change your life. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that mindset, I had to take that and actually come out here instead of, because up north, you know what I'm saying, we aggressive. Nobody's smiling. Nobody's saying, hey, this, that, and the third. So when I came out of here, the big transition was, yo, you got to be nice. You got to be cool. So me learning the mean side of it, I learned what I don't want to do in the real world, especially in the business side of things too as well. So learning that right there helped me get to the next level.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So is Trent kind of tough?
Man, tough, yes. Tough because, like I said, like you look at somebody, like, more than 2 seconds is smoke. Like, that's it. And they're sneaky with it. You know what I'm saying? It's not no upfront, no. They trying to see what you want, all kind of stuff. And, like, it's something that you can't go up there and play around. It's really a fast pace, and it ain't no, once they on you, they on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's nothing to play with.
Right.
And I love it because at the same time, you gotta be fit for a lot of stuff and make sure that you carry yourself a certain way.
Right. That's facts, man. That's facts. So, man, so far as with so spoken word, when you got into spoken word and poetry, did that started in Trenton or that came further down when you came to the South?
So it started in Trenton. Okay. I started writing like spoken word around 16, and I was inspired by another poet because he had the girls going crazy in there. So I was like, man, I could do that. So I did it, and then I loved how I was feeling, and then that's when they started throwing me onto the stages, and then I started rocking the stages in the colleges, but I'm still in high school. Then I end up, like I said, I end up converting over to music. That's where I ended up falling into love, and about 18, that's when I started kicking it over the spoken word into the actual J.Paul kind of rap and kicking knowledge and all that good stuff, and then I brung it out here. But when I got out here, the poetry kind of fell back, and then I started focusing on music because I seen this was more like a music scene, and I haven't really found a spoken word group or anybody like that. But yeah.
So what was some things that made you want to move to the South, like leave Trenton and just try to find a different area to grow? Like, what made you want to leave Trenton?
I wanted to grow. I can't even lie. Like, I wanted to grow, but like I said, it's so fast up there. Like, you could be into something within the next 3-5 minutes. So I realized, like, the type of man that I am and the way I think, I need time. I need time and space. Slow it down. Yeah. Because I know I can, like, really maneuver better if I have a more settled ground, and then going outside, gotta be worried, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta move this way, gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? It's too much that I'm worried about, and it's taking me away from the common goal. Right. So when I moved down here, I ain't had no friends, I ain't have money, I ain't have a car, I ain't have nothing. So I'm literally just down here just trying to figure out life, and most importantly, I had to figure out who I was. And that was by far one of the hardest things, you know what I'm saying? And being down here slowed everything down for me, but it made me better because it helped me build stability for myself. And now I know how to do it for others. You know what I'm saying? So I love being down here. I wish I was, you know what I'm saying? Feel me? At least 1 year I wish I spent in high school or something.
Something down here.
Man, I love it out here.
Yeah, just, just have your face down here and stuff like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the first place you love, when you left Trenton, your first place you came down was Trenton, South Carolina. So you moved from one Trenton to another Trenton. Mm-hmm. So why was it Trenton, South Carolina?
My grandma, you know what I'm saying? She was staying in Edgefield, South Carolina, and she was staying in them apartments, and those apartments, I guess, was like you know what I'm saying, it was ghetto or whatever. Mm-hmm. With that being said, it was like me leaving from the projects of Trenton, New Jersey, all the way to Edgefield into the projects. It would have been like, what was the point? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she was like, well, let me go ahead and get a little spot or whatever. So she did that, and it just so happened to be Trenton, South Carolina. And it was just ironic because as soon as I knew where I was moving, I was like, okay, same mentality, same state. Just, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no car. What you want to do? Hustle. I got to talk to these people. Even how I got a car was crazy. You know what I'm saying? The dude, even I think from this day on, I ain't had a bread, but he just said pay him $150 a week or every 2 weeks or something like that. And the car was only probably like $1,500 or whatever it was. But the fact that I was a young boy, I ain't had no bread, but he believed, you feel me? Yeah. And a lot of people would take that relationship and burn it. Nah, I knew, and I showed them love on the back end just for doing it because that opportunity ain't open for everybody, you feel me? So
I feel like when people get opportunities like that to you, it's a blessing. For one, they see something in you. They might see a big blessing in you that, you might not see at that moment. Mm-hmm. And then, and then because a lot of people, they overlook those blessings. They don't try to, like I'm saying, like they take advantage of those blessings too as well. Like, what if you didn't pay the man and, now he don't want to bless no one else. So people understand, like, sometimes it's like, when people, the blessings come, you want to, take advantage, but take advantage in a good way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, how you did it was perfect.
Man, for real. Perfect. And still to this day, we good, you feel me? Mm-hmm. And what else? Because, like, man, when I say that, seeing how the folks out here really care about each other, hospitality and all that stuff is different from up there. So it's like, that's why I feel like I'm supposed to be here. You feel me? Like I feel like my heart, you know what I'm saying, just telling me, hey, stay here. And I'm thankful that you know what I'm saying, I stayed because 2017 was rocky for me too.
Why you say that?
I went from, you know what I'm saying, hustling and the colleges, parties and all that stuff into 2017. As soon as I hit 21, I'm now sleeping in my car for about 3 weeks trying to figure it out. Now I'm in Augusta now. You know what I'm saying? So I left my gram spot and now I'm in Augusta. And
so you went from Trenton to Augusta?
Yep, straight from Trenton, South Carolina to...
What made you want to go to Augusta?
It was right there, and I was always working in Augusta, but I never stayed there. And I was like, man...
Where you worked at Augusta?
I was at the Croc Center and the YMCA.
Oh, you was at the Croc Center, right across the street?
Yeah. I used to be a lifeguard, so that's how a lot of people met me too, and I used to play ball a little bit here and there. So just doing all that stuff, I started building relationships here, and I'm like,
I was just about to say, that's how, when you move into a city as an artist, the best way, as an artist, what did you do the first day you came, or first time you came into Augusta as an artist to try to get yourself out there? What was you doing?
Ooh, tough. I was looking for photographers. I was looking for venues. I was looking for the open mics and all that good stuff. And most importantly, I was looking for management too, or just some type of studio I can lock myself into type of thing. And that kind of got the ball rolling, you know what I'm saying? Because once you start connecting the dots and you start meeting this person know that person, you know what I'm saying? It just trickles down.
Right.
And what I realize is people want to see your work more than anything.
That's true.
You feel me? So once your work is shown, that's when the respect started coming. So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was saying, when I moved to Augusta, I've only been in Augusta 5 years.
Damn.
But, 5? This is my 5th year. But, when I moved to Augusta, I was in your boat. I had a car and a house and stuff, but I had no friends here. I had family here, but, you wasn't really close to the family like that here. But, mostly just here by myself trying to make, things. But I'm so used to moving to an area and connecting with people because, especially if you're working in a job, number one thing, okay, if you move to a city, you get a job. That's like the prime thing, prime spot to go ahead and do your networking because you working around these people every day. You see these people. A lot of them are born and raised in that town, so you can get a lot of the information from them just from them. You know what I'm saying? So I used to work, when I came up here, I got a job, and I worked at a warehouse out of all places. When I moved to Augusta, a warehouse. I worked at 2-3 warehouses, and it's like everybody works in the warehouse. So it's like when that happened, yeah, man, I just go around telling everybody what I do, who did what. They introduced me to these people. They let me know who the names in the city. I'm like, oh, okay. So get all that information, then you lay your blueprint out, and then you just follow that blueprint. So that was like an easy way to get in the system. I tell all artists that, like, become an everyday person. Don't go to them as an artist. Be an everyday person, and just you gotta disguise yourself where you gotta, like the Superman theory, the Clark Kent thing. You know, when you, as Rudy Grey, that's your persona, that's your artist. That's your Superman. But then once you take off that rap thing, you know, you. So like I tell people, you know, put on your Clark Kent thing when you're around people. Don't be around them as an artist. Why? Be more of a humble, be more of a person. They can relate to you more. They'll mess with you more. You know what I'm saying? Compared to you on your high horse, you a rapper. You know, some artists just think they're better than average day people that work 9 to 5s and stuff like that. But if you give that passion to real life people, they'll feel it more. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it worked for me in the city. And you know, and which it'll work in general with anybody, just life. You know, like certain conversations, you know, certain things can start a conversation with a stranger. Like, hey man, what time is it? You got a time? That starts the conversation. Right. Like, what day is it? Starts the conversation. So, and if you're in the hood, hey, where the trees at? Starts the conversation. So it's like, yeah, man. So, so when you got into the music part, far as being an artist, you know, you're an artist now, like far as rap, when you first started making that transition from spoken word to artist, like, what was like the style of music that you wanted to present? I know you said J.Paul and stuff, but like, that was your your initial idea of that's the music that I want to put my lane in. Okay.
So really, cause I was like, you know, being up there, we going hard, freestyle, cypher battles, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, when I heard Jay-Z and J. Cole and all of them, I'm like, man, Meek Mill and all of them, I'm loving this style of music. Then when I heard Wale, Fabulous, and all these other people, I'm like, okay. So now I'm building up my caliber.
Right.
But then, like, when I started looking at like analytics and stuff like that, it's not about what you saying, it's about how you saying it. So then I had to tap in. I was like, yo, you used to sing when you was a little. And that's how I ended up transitioning over to the singing side of things, because I can rap all day. Right. But a lot of people, I want to make them dance. I want to make them feel some type of way. I want people to be heartbroken. I need them to press replay. And my main thing is I want people to I just want to be, I want to be that bug in their ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, they singing my song and the song ain't even playing. So now you got to go play it. So knowing the science behind that, that's why I've been working on, I've been hiding for a little minute because I've been working on the science. I need to find out how do people react to certain songs, or even when I'm recording, you feel me? I'm bouncing, because 9 times out of 10, when you hear my song, you're going to bounce. So if I'm doing this behind the microphone and woo, when you hear it, you probably going to end up dancing.
Right.
And I had got that from Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? When Michael Jackson, I seen him recording in the studio, he dancing, doing all this shaking. Yeah. I'm like, yo, it's making me feel some type of way. So me knowing the science behind that, that's what made me kind of like change how I was creating music.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, Mike used to dance and bump the damn headphones, all types of shit in the booth. Yeah, but you know, that was his way of capturing his essence on the song, excuse me.
Yeah, you good, bro.
Excuse me. Ooh, Lord. But that was his way of capturing his essence on the mic. Same way James Brown did the same thing. He did it before James Brown's, you know, James Brown used to do that. James Brown used to dance, come out the booth sweating like hell. And, you know, Mike idolized James Brown. So, you know, that's where he get that, doing all that in the booth and stuff. So
And not to cut you off, my bad.
Yeah, you good.
But I wanted to bring up James Brown too, because when I moved out here, I didn't even connect those two. But up north, I always hear about James Brown. My grandma throwing him on and this, that, and third. Yeah. So when I came out here, and I'm like, oh, he has his own arena out here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this is just crazy how I ended up in Augusta.
Right.
And then now I'm moving around and just traveling and doing all this. But the main thing, like you said, Michael Jackson, and even you bringing up James Brown. Because, yeah, he did look up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
that was his idol.
Man, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I felt the same way too, bro. I grew up, my family grew up playing James Brown, and, you know, everybody knows the name James Brown. So it's an iconic name. So it's like when I moved, we moved from Anderson to Aiken. We moved to Aiken because, you know, James Brown really from Carolina.
Yeah.
So, you know, we moved to Aiken. He had his mansion where he stayed at in Beach Island. You know, like 5 minutes up the road where I stayed at. So you can drive up the road and you can't go in his gate, but he had the big James Brown Golden Gate out there. It's in Beach Island. You can go out and take pictures and everything out there, but, you know, you can't go inside. But yeah, I went out and took pictures and stuff, but I had to actually go out. It's like, man, I just got to see it. Yeah, but it's in Beach Island, like right down the street. That's so it's fire. Like, it's crazy.
That's fire.
And then, you know, but just, you know, to me, that was inspiration for me. It's like, okay, because I met James Brown in real life, like one time. Like, yo, we performed at his birthday bash a while, like, it was some years ago. He used to have the birthday bash right downtown on Broad Street. Yeah. In that little open field out there. He used to have a birthday bash all the time. So he used to have like Augusta and a lot of artists just go out there and open up. It'd be an all-day festival. It'd be James Brown birthday bash or whatever. So
that's fire. It's inspiring too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. For real. You know, yeah, it is. And especially if you know his story, see where he come from and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So far as with music, man, as far as with hip hop, like what do you feel like hip hop as it is today? Like what is some of the messages that you're getting from some of the new hip hop, far as like what is the messages that you know, you being an artist and knowing music and stuff like that, what are some of the messages that you see that some of the new artists are giving some of the youth?
And it depends on who you listening to too, because you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because some of them talk about get money, love it. You know what I'm saying? Some of them talk about this, some of them talk about that. So it's really about who's listening to. Right. And the messages that's getting across, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's all, I don't even know how to explain it. But pretty much, like, I just feel like it's time for us to vibe. And the main thing that we're missing right now is a movement. Like, you know, back in the days where music was making it was making you feel a certain kind of way. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I feel like we're missing that right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's because of the COVID situation, probably throwing off the music scene or whatever. But I feel like everybody on the same page, but it's just that movement of people not being, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like people really should work together and create this movement that can't be stopped, if that makes sense. Right. And that's going to help that message get across, because I feel like everybody got a gift. Everybody's sending the messages to everybody that needs to be sent. But how are we going to do it is a movement. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, as a whole.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally feel that, man. You know, messages I hear from the music today, man, I hear more of, it's more, you know, hip hop always been, you know, based on the youth. The youth the young ones always set the trend, and everybody follow those trends. The new dances, the young ones started. The new song, new slang, the young ones started. So it's like, the messages I hear now is more, it's like, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, man, I don't feel hip hop like I used to feel hip hop. You know what I'm saying? All rap. You know, because it's not really rap anymore. It's more melodic. It's more popish. It's more, you know, drillish. And don't get me wrong, it's flavors for everyone. But, you know, we live in now where it's more the internet is more seen more than musicians now. Yeah. So it's like, as a musician, man, it's like hip hop is suffering the worst as far as with the genres. Pop still making their money. Country damn sure making their money. Gospel making their money. But hip hop is the only one that's suffering now because of the value. is being diluted because of too many people wanting to rap, and then it becoming a joke because you have too many people, you know, that have accessible technology, making it accessible where anybody can just drop a song, record it, put it out. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like technology really hurting the rap game. It's not hurting every other genre, but in my opinion, I feel like it's hurting the rap game because it's opening up them lanes for everybody. Don't get me wrong, you know, everybody, you know, needs to go for their dreams, follow their dreams, but it needs to be more of a set standard for hip hop where everybody just can't get in that shit and just do random stuff, even though it's freedom of thinking. But I feel like just to save the culture, because the way the culture is now is more of shoot 'em up, gang, bang, bang. Mm-hmm. The women want to be, you know, twerkers or the biggest bad beaties. You know, they want to, you know, they want money, they want this and this and that. But it's not, you don't talk about what life situations going on, like, you know, murders that's happening in the black communities. Mm-hmm. There's so much other stuff that you could talk about. Like, you know, we have way more. Like, give me 5 female artists, like, in the industry now.
Oof. Cardi, Nicki.
Megan.
Cardi,
Nicki, Megan. Glorilla.
And
Remy
the
Ma.
City Girls, Remy Ma.
Yeah. City Girls. All right, so out of all them now, that's 6 of the top female artists, right? Mm-hmm. And then you could put what's her name? Doja Cat. You could put all, you know, add them all in there. What do all of them have in common?
They're showing more than usual. Their rap styles are aligned on whatever it is that they're talking about.
Right.
And it's an agenda behind it. You know what I'm saying? The agendas. And that, just to go back to what you're saying with the hip hop, I feel like a lot of it's being diluted on purpose. They're pushing this stuff on purpose because they're trying to, how I feel is, like you said, there's no real movement there. It's not, we making money, but we ain't really making money. You know what I'm saying? We're not seeing them.
There's no movement.
No growth in it. You feel me?
Yeah.
And look what they're doing. I'm not saying nothing about the artists, but all that dilution is making it hard for real artists or real people that's putting in the work on their albums and production and all that. Because just going back off of what you said, if my homeboy Uncle Pete want to make a banger and he not an artist but he know mad people and that song trash, he about to flood the whole thing down. And then now when he trying to bring somebody else in or bring somebody else along, they not about to trust it because Pete, you just dropped this project on me and this song was trash. You know what I'm saying? So they're making it harder for the next man. Right. And that's what I don't like about the hip hop scene now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not a hater or nothing like that, but if we can really come together instead of being opposite, we can really like handle what needs to be done and create that movement that needs to be created because it's here. You can hear it in the rappers, and even with some of the rappers, you can tell that they're all over the place with the rapping too. Because what is the message that you're actually getting across besides that hook? Right. You feel me?
And out of all those female artists, another thing I can tell you, and there's some real stuff. A lot of their music won't age well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you can go back to the early 2000s, 2010s, and I can give you female songs where you can just pop up in your head because they got timeless records. Like EVE hasn't dropped records in forever, and Love Is Blind is like, you hear that song, it's timeless.
Classic.
It's a classic.
Classic.
You get what I'm saying? It's a classic. Missy Elliott. Classics. So it's like, certain, I'm not saying that these females doesn't that they won't or they don't have classical records. You know, a couple of them have a few classic records that, you know, 10 years from now, if they play it, people will jump and turn up. But it's not that many. It's not that much music these days now that 10 years from now that can get a club hype 10 years from now.
Right.
And they more into now because a lot of them doing music for trending, for TikTok, and other stuff like that. So it's like that's what the hip hop is kind of going to. Every hip hop artist now feel like they gotta get a TikTok to blow up.
Facts. And
TikTok guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, how was you blowing up before TikTok?
Thank you. You letting some
letting them
pimp
control you.
You letting some pimp come tell you how to create your songs, come do this and do that and that third, and now you got to adjust, knocking yourself off of your dreams and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? No. You know what I'm saying?
And it trickles down, bro. And it trickles down to the independent artists. Like I tell people, like, okay, in the city, in every city, you have your independent artists, and you have your independent promoters, the whole nine. You got people that run in the keys to the city. You got people that's influencers, motivators, the whole nine. So the ones that have some form of power or anything like that, it trickles down. But I mean, it trickles down. Okay, if they see that these artists and all that, this is the flow of the sound. This is what everybody's vibing to. So instead of them getting an artist that has a nice following, you know, got great music, but that music don't resonate with that group, that club, or that whatever, they don't get booked.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They'll book that to somebody that speaks that language of those people. And so if you go into a neighborhood and it's a hood, and everybody in that hood like the bump, shooting, spinning blocks, they gonna get nothing but spin the blocks artists in that spot. You ain't gonna find a J.Cole in Augusta clubs. You're not gonna find a Kendrick Lamar in Augusta club. You're not gonna find those big A-list celebrities or those, even the B-list celebrities. You're not really gonna find unless they hitting the James Brown Arena or something like that. But even then, I don't even see them hitting the James Brown Arena because, you know what I'm saying, I just don't see it. For one, who got the money down here to get a Drake or a big name caliber down on James Brown or Bel Air, you know, Bell Auditorium and stuff like that. But it trickles down because, you know, now when you do shows, they taxing this much. And they using, you know, you have people using different techniques, you know, send money to this, song reviews, send money to this, add money to this, you know, we can help you do this. 'Cause, you know, at the end of the day, money helps out a lot, but if those relationships ain't built neither, that money don't mean shit.
I swear, you're talking that tough.
You know what I'm saying? So that's real talk. A lot of people, you know, it's cool to get money, it's cool to get a bag too, but it's fucked up when you got a bag and nobody don't want your money.
Yeah, for real.
Nobody wants your money.
Because your relationship and how you carrying yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That all matters.
That's all matter, bro. Because like you can have, like I said, you can have a lot of money, all the money in the world, bro, but if your relationships are messed up, how you going to keep that money continuously coming in? Money come and go fast, but the goal is to keep it consistently coming in. You know what I'm saying? So
shoot, just to speak on that too, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially to all the independent artists, like, your brand is everything, and most importantly, the people around your brand is even more important because they representing you with the door closed and with your back towards the other way.
Big fact.
And if they messing it up for you, well, they taking you as a joke. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna take that serious. So your surrounding and the people that surround you, got to make sure if you're gonna build a brand and you're gonna have a team, they better represent you with you there or not.
Big fact.
Everything matters. You feel me?
Big fact. And get a solid team. And get a team that don't rap. Get a team that just people that, you know, that's another thing. If people they join teams and it be 80 rappers in the team, and they wonder why it doesn't work. You know,
because everybody think they LeBron. You feel me?
Right. That's like you joining an all-star team, the NBA. Like, you gonna have to fight with everybody else that's trying. You know what I'm saying? Because they stars in their own right. So it's like, you know, when you build a team, like I tell people, when you build a team, build people that want to see you win, not want to see you win and just for them to get on top too, as far as their career. You know, because one career at a time. I tell people, like, you know, one person has to get on, open it up for everybody else. But yeah, man. So you come to Augusta, man. Like, what is the Augusta climate like for you? Like the environment, the people, the whole nine. Like how long you been down here?
I've been out here for about 4 to 5 almost.
4 or 5 years. Yeah. Same length I've been out here.
2017 was like the wide open for me.
Yeah, I got down here 2018.
2018.
Beginning of 2018.
See, I came right at
the beginning. I came on New Year's. New Year's Day. I got the key. New Year's Eve, I got the key to my house, and New Year's Day, January 2018, when I moved to Augusta.
That's crazy. That's
2018.
crazy. Dang.
Yeah, that's been 4 years. 4 years. Going on five. But yeah, man. So like, what are the people like? Like, what's the city like to you?
So far, like, I can't complain. You know, I met every side of it. You know what I'm saying? You got the thugs, you got the the party boys, you got the girls, you got creators, you got the, you know what I'm saying? So I seen everything. So the climate is really, and just being honest with you, Augusta really has a lot of full potential that I don't know if a lot of people are paying attention to. And they have a lot of hidden gems here. And I just feel like if people just take their egos out the way,
right?
I feel like Augusta can really go head to head with Atlanta. They can go head to head with Charlotte. Really, Augusta has their own wave. You know what I'm saying? They got their own wave.
Right.
So just knowing that, I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's just mainly everybody got to get out their own way and see the big picture. I love it here. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love the style here. So it's definitely a vibe. It's a lot of creators here. It's a lot of people that can help out. It's just egos. The main thing. That's the main thing I'm realizing. Everybody think, not everybody, I can't say everybody, because everybody I've met and cool with, still cool to this day. Yeah. But the other people that I did meet, I realized it's the ego that gets in the way of a lot of people. And that's just in any other city. You know what I'm saying? The egos, because we all broke. We all broke. So
say that again, Smith.
We all broke. You feel me? We all broke. I don't care how much money you think you have. It's still not enough according to the man. So you feel me? So with knowing that knowledge, with us being creators, we need to be working more together than being like, nah, my platform bigger. This, nah, you don't know what that person you don't know what this person, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why I was telling you earlier, like, you never know who you around, you know what I'm saying, that can do this, do that. You never know. But I realize with certain people that I don't get along with, it's 9 times out of 10 they're egos, and I'm like, I don't have to be involved with none of that. So I just walk over here and do this. Yeah. So yeah.
But great answer. Great answer, bro. That's hey, that's on the money.
For real.
That's on the money, bro. Ego, that's. I done interviewed. I did interview them in the whole city, and you know, I can, from just talking to people, man, the majority of the problems in the city, majority of the problems in the city is a lot of personal problems. You know, it's a lot of personal issues amongst people. Broken relationships amongst people, broken friendships, and then the ego. Like we said, you know, ego is the biggest thing too, as far as with artists, because people will get on their high horse, you know, and just when someone reaches out and you know they don't respond or they'll look at it or whatever, and I'm like, you miss an opportunity that presents itself that can really help your situation. Because I totally agree, man. Like, you know, when people be like, who's the top artist in the city? I'll be like, I can't give you that answer. I can give you some I'll give you some artists that's doing music in the city, but I can't give you a top artist in the city because, you know, when you think of top artists in the city, top artists in the city to me is where off top where the whole city can just name this one person all at once. Or these people all at once. You know, but the thing about Augusta, they segregate everything. You know, you could be a top artist in the city, but only on this side, on the west side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Only in the bottom. Yeah. Only in, you know, it's all about the neighborhood backing you, which make you popular in Augusta. And they get that confused with the whole city knows them. No, the whole city don't know them. They just only popular in their hood. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go to Columbia County or you go to whatever, you might not get that same love like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and everybody, Augusta is huge, bro. It's huge as far as like we think we met everybody. We ain't meet everybody because there's a lot of people that don't even be on this side of town. You know what I'm saying? They don't even travel in Richmond half the time or be in Richmond. Or, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when people be saying about top artists in the city, I don't try to get into that. I be like, there's no top artists in the city. We have artists in the city because, you know, we have a bunch of artists doing their things in the city. But I can't sit here and be like, oh, this is a top artist. And I know people are like, well, he got numbers. He packed clubs out. He do that here. Yeah, but everybody don't know that. Facts. Only a certain few hundred people know that in the city. We got more than 100-something people in the city. You know what I'm saying? So if only a few hundred people know you in the city that has thousands of people in the city that should know you, you got more work to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the ego thing that a lot of people got to get out of. They think if they get a couple thousand views or they get couple people sharing and liking their stuff, they made it. No. It's a whole lot more you gotta do. You made it when you got towns and stuff named after you. You got the keys to the city. If you got the key to the city, with a mayor giving you the key to the city, that means the white folks are giving you the key to the city. Then you can say you the top artist or person in the city. But you until that happens, I feel like you just a top artist in your neighborhood. Facts. You feel me? So every neighborhood has that best artist or best rapper like that represents that hood, that came from that hood. You know what I'm saying? I think with Augusta, they think, okay, one person that comes from this area is representing for the whole city. Right. When the whole city don't know who that person is.
Right. And honestly, and just knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about what you do behind the scenes that makes you that top artist. You know what I'm saying? Because before you could get the keys to the city, what did you do to even get to those steps? You know what I'm saying?
It takes more than just music.
Yeah.
Are you investing in your city? Are you providing opportunities to the city? Like, that's another. I made a live the other day, and I said this, and I stand by that, bro. The city of Augusta is not going to change off a damn song. Facts. Off no damn music. I tell people that. I'm not saying nobody will ever be, but as of now, nobody hasn't been as big as James Brown blowing up. And, as far as music wise. So it's like, and James Brown has decades of things. So, and his music didn't change a damn thing in Augusta. You feel me? So, like I tell people, it's not about the music part. I tell artists, you got to do more for your city. If you popular where you got the city attention, do something for the city.
Make a change.
Don't just do shit don't just perform. That's not fixing anything. That's not helping anything. It's helping your career personally, but it's not helping the city. Once they leave your performance, they got to go back to their life. They got to worry about getting shot. You can't change the world or anything like that, but if you got enough power and money to change something or provide opportunities to keep a few hundred kids out of trouble, you can't save everybody. But if you can save a few or try to do something, do that. Don't just hit the booth and just think that's all. As an artist, I'm representing for Augusta or I'm for Augusta, and the only thing you doing is hit the studio.
I swear. You know what I'm saying? Because even with me, I realize with me being back at home in Trenton, New Jersey, there's only so much I can do. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that knowledge, I have to be bigger than there. You know what I'm saying? But the only way I'm going to do that is if I leave. I have to leave my city and actually make that change so I can be able to talk to them and do this, that, and third. This is my accolades. This is what I'm doing.
Facts.
To say that, I feel like, and this is some gems, you know what I'm saying? I feel like every artist should change their mindset of be the sixth man on a basketball team. People do not understand how powerful the sixth man is.
Powerful as hell.
Powerful as hell. If the team down, 9 times out of 10, he got to get off the bench and put up some. Come on.
He's the battery.
You feel me? So when you realize, when you take your music and look at it in the basketball terminology, you and your team is going to win every time. Yeah. Especially if you play the sixth man. You ain't got to be the point guard. You ain't got to be the shooting guard. You ain't got to be the star. Yeah. You ain't got to be, everybody is clashing with each other because everybody trying to dunk. They trying to be LeBron. They trying to be KD. Right. Stephen Curry. Right. Hold on. Before you shoot that 3, you might want to just pass it off real quick just for this situation and we'll see what he do. Right. Lay it up. Boom. Right. Whole team winning. We win. You know what I'm saying? Right. Big so having that knowledge now and then putting it to work, that's the system that works. But like I said, them egos, everybody gotta, it's just a simple conversation. Communicate. What is you good at? Find out your strengths and weaknesses. When y'all all in a room, if y'all all from different hoods, nobody beefing, y'all can put these hoods together and now y'all big in Augusta. You big in this city. You big. Once people realize how powerful this person is over in this area, that person is over there, you got a 5-star team right there. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got this hood. You know what I'm saying? Right. Nobody. What's the point of beefing right now?
Yeah.
We got bigger things to go on right now. This is the stuff that they're distracting us with. Right. They're feeding us with the music. They're feeding us with all kind of stuff, thinking that we need a big chain to be gangster. Right. Thinking we got to have these guns. Of course, they just let everybody get guns. What's the big plot right here? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go too far in it. Right. But come on, they want you to crash out.
Right.
Come on, stay focused.
Right.
Stay focused on the mission. And a lot of people don't know what the mission is.
That's true.
You feel me? They think just to be a star, but what is the actual mission? Man.
Some people don't even know why they want to be a star.
Yes.
Some people just, a lot of them now, they just more influenced by what they see. Yes. It's the glamour. Like, they want the glamour more of the actual being a star, because once they realize the work you actually got to put in to be that star, they can't handle it.
And when it comes too fast, they fold. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need a team. You need a team.
Yeah, to prepare you for it. Mm-hmm. Oh, you got to be prepared for it. That's just with anything. You get into any type of thing, you want to learn the history of things. A lot of artists don't know shit about the history of music.
Facts.
They picked up the mic maybe a year ago, 2-3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And the only music they know is the shit they've known for the past 6-7 years. Mm-hmm. They probably ain't heard shit from the 90s. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Nothing from the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. Well, they probably heard music from 2010 on up. You know what I'm saying? Because you in your 20s, 20-something, unless if you ain't studying music, and first time music captures your ear, it's like 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10 on that, like those years where you really start hearing music for what it is, mm-hmm. and it, go from there. But yeah, man. So I see you dropped a video. You shot a video. You had Sasha in it. Sasha Snow. Shout out Sasha Snow.
Shout out to Sasha.
So man, dope concept, man. I seen the swords and other stuff. So what was the concept for that?
So pretty much cause I was playing as a security guard, cause I really want, with my music videos, I don't want to just be posting up with the video. I'm trying to do short films. I'm trying to actually do films, because the type of songs that I make, I'm actually trying to get into the films. Right. I just don't know how to go about it. So I wanted to be creative. So I seen that area downtown in Augusta. I was like, that's a still at night. I need that, because you could see the lights and everything. I'm like, yo. So then I spray painted this stick, and I had hit up LeFont. Shout out to LeFont too as well, because he put that play together with her. And when I seen her and how she is, you feel me? I was like, oh yeah, definitely gotta where I'm going with this song.
Link up.
She's definitely fitting in it. So
right.
That definitely was pretty much an attention video. The big plot behind it is people gonna be like, yo, what the hell is they doing? So when they hear the song gonna do what it's gonna do. But what are they doing in that video? Right. And that's why I wanted to be intense. I wanted to be more of a fighting scene and me hiding and moving around and all that good stuff. So just getting prepared for short films and just films in my music, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to have the audience attention more so than just the songs, because I want people to come back to it. So I'm trying to find anything that's going to make them come back to it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. So. You want some memorable videos. You want people to go back and press play and stuff like that. Yeah, so. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, man. Okay, cool. So what projects you got out, or projects that you working on now?
Right now, I just dropped Change Your Heart 2. Mm-hmm. That was like a little 5-piece, 6-piece little songs on there. That was just to show people, because I've been going for a little minute. I've just been grooming myself up and working on myself. So now I was going to wait till I was 27 to actually do my first album, but I'm actually, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm actually ready to actually do my first album, which I already have the songs together. It's called Enough Games 2. And it's going to be called the album, because I don't actually have my first album. Yeah. And it's about relationships. It's about guys how they be feeling about girls, moving on and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely giving out vibes. People going to be in their feelings when I drop this one. So. Okay. And I definitely want to keep making music like this, because it's easier to me than talking about X, Y, and Z. I can talk about relationships and love all day. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So I know now, at learning who I am as an artist, I'm ready to just stick with this and keep it moving. Mm-hmm. Right.
So what are some future things that you're trying to go, far as you say? I heard you say the films and stuff like that. You trying to basically put your music out there everywhere it can be. Video games, the whole nine. Okay.
Get it placed on TV. And now, like, most importantly, like, I'm learning, because as an artist, I'm realizing my bigger picture is to help others. I'm learning that, like, I just want one record. You know what I'm saying? I just need one record to take it off. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want to be able to open the door for other artists that didn't have that opportunity. Or if when I was an artist coming up, I wish I found somebody like me. You know what I'm saying? Someone that could mentor me or talk to me and do this, that, and the third. So now I'm starting to realize my positioning in this game other than just an artist. I'm more of, you know, I'm learning that I'm growing into something bigger. And I love it because as an artist, it's slavery. And in my eyes, I hate to say it like that, but I'm doing all this studio time. I'm doing all this, that, and the third. I'm wasting money doing this, that, and the third. And then I got to speak to the reps or whoever it is, and they giving me their ass to kiss and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I don't like that. So I put myself more in a boss position, and it just so happened I'm an artist. So now I'm looking at everything at the table differently. And now I'm trying to save other artists and other things that I can, you feel me?
Right, okay. Cool. Yeah, all right. So, man, so before we slide off on NewbieVeT, man, how can they get in contact with you for updates and bookings and reach out to you?
I got you. So right now, you guys could get in contact with me, RudyGrey X on Instagram, Twitter, pretty much on everything platform, music-wise. You can reach out to me, Rudy Grey. And I'm an open book. When whoever hit me up and everybody take it serious, my ego is out the way. You know what I'm saying? I reached out to a lot of people.
How it went?
Huh?
How it go? You say you reached out to
I reached out to a lot of people, and that's why I know I have to take myself serious. I can't get mad at them. I can't get mad at nobody. It's just I got to put in the work so they can take me serious. That's what I'm learning too now. So
that's one thing down here. Like I had to learn, man. You reach out to people, like I said, they don't, they gotta see the work first, and they gotta see you work with this person, so they can ask this person, how was it? Oh, well, you did him. I want one. And that's exactly how. Like even when I started doing the interviews down here, bro, like I reached out to everybody, hey, let's do an interview. They'll look at it, and I realized when I moved down here, wasn't nobody doing interviews, so it was weird. So I was like, I guess it was weird for them. And they didn't know me, so like okay. But then I finally had a few artists that did reach back, and I just so happened they were popular artists. They were young popular artists. They was like real young popular artists. So I did them. That what popped it off. When I did them first 3 interviews, I want one. Boy, they just pop, and it's yeah.
It really is like that.
It is like that, bro. I mean, you can do one song. If you do one song with a popular artist in the city, I want to feature. I want one. So that's just how that goes. But it just actually like you saying, going back to that person. They even trying to work with someone that's popular. You got to get past that ego.
Yeah.
Their ego.
And it sucks because like I'm starting to see every side of the table because, like I said, it'll get to a point where I reached out. I'm putting in all the hard work. I'm 10 toes doing this, that, and the third. You gave me enough time to do everything that I needed. When I came to you, you did not respond. So now when you come to me, it's not that I'm not trying to respond to you just because of that situation. It's more so of I'm busy or just catch up with me when you can, because pretty much I was trying to catch up with you then. And you know what I'm saying? You treated me that way. So now it's like, we cool, just catch up with me because I'm not about to just jump because you ready. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I got X, Y, and Z going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's just catch up when we can. And I wish the tables are just everybody just respect each other and make sure. Because I know you see the DMs. I know you see it. You watch the stories, you know what I'm saying? You watching the stories, you watching the whole movement.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to looking in your DMs and responding back, it's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, artists really got to respect people. Even just at least one initial conversation or whatever it is to see where it goes. You feel me?
See where the energy at.
Man, because this one dude.
You might be passing on a hit that y'all can make together.
Man, and this is why I say this and I stress this enough. One dude on Instagram hit me up after I dropped one of my favorite records called Focus. I'm looking at his Instagram and I'm going through it, and he hit me up. Like I said, I'm going through it, but I'm not taking him serious until I click one video. And I was like, dang, why he got his... He said, okay, I'm bopping to the music. All right, let me hit him back. Boom, 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 boom. To this day, that man has showed me so much. His studio, I'm so thankful. Because I almost missed the opportunity off of a missed DM.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I stress that so much, because he's still with me to this day. We building something so damn strong that I love it. You know what I'm saying? And all the pieces are now starting to connect. And that's why I stress on artists is like, hey, you don't know what that person may bring. Yeah. You might want to talk just to see what it is.
Yeah, because you want to talk business. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's like you reach out to them, and just because you might not have the name of a Jay-Z, Rock Nation or something like that, they'll promote that quick. Which is, of course, but still though, it's like, don't, like you, this basically piggybacking off you, don't sleep on the opportunity if it presents itself, whether it's small or big. You don't know who they know. That situation might not work for them. Mm-hmm. But if you coming in the picture, that situation might go to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Because certain situations might not work for that person because it don't fit them or it's not hitting for them as well. Mm-hmm. So it's like, but somebody else can come in and just boom, damn, match made in heaven. So, you know what I'm saying?
And that's another thing too. This last thing I'm gonna say. A lot of relationships that I done built with people, and it's crazy to say this, but the people that I'm connecting with each other, 9 times out of 10, they came across the past before. Mm-hmm. The problem is, I don't know, they went that way, that person went that way, but now me in the picture, somehow they're right here. Locked. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, what it is, but literally it may be a person that can put the glue together. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, man, you gotta reach back out to certain people. I don't care if you think you're better than them. 9 times out of 10, he might got something for you.
Yeah. Facts. Mm-hmm. So, man, any love you like to shout out?
Oh, yeah. Heck, yeah. Shout out to No Area Code. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? No Area Code. Shout out to CTC Production. Shout out to J.Paul. Shout out to Lee Font. Shout out to Sasha. Shout out to my family. And shout out to the whole squad and movement that's coming soon.